trousers have got so long. Little trousies. Look at these. Look at that little tuft, eh? It's like, do not look. My personal trousers. Hi. Oh, Gerry, careful, my boy. Come on in, Palin. Gerry. Oh my gosh. Hungry boys. Good morning, Hamish. A very hungry woman as well. Good morning, Sarah. How is everyone? How we do? How are your days going so far? My gosh, I struggled to get out of sorry, I just said the word Wednesday. I was just like, oh, I struggled to get out of Wednesday. I struggled to get out of bed today. As you can hear what sort of level I am. What's the word functioning on today? Good morning, Emma. Morning, Joe. Did you have fun day of secrets yesterday? Yeah. Good morning, Hanny. Good morning, Ginge. Oh my gosh, these bunnies. These bunnies. Struggling to get into Wednesday, I am. I think just going to London, like, it feels so weird to go there and back again in a day. My Spotify keeps switching off and my phone locks and I've got nothing but busy jobs on my list for work. Fun time, yay! But yeah. I think we're allowed to say what it was, because in October, there's been things posted about it now. So basically, it was a just like a little event for a board game. I was going to say launch event, but it's been out for a little while now. But it was the Mass Effect board game by Modifius. And they invited me along, and I said, "Can Kirsty come along too, please?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure." So so the two of us went along, and yeah, you just got to like try the game out, paint some minis from the game, got a little goodie bag, got to meet some fellow creators, and yeah, it was nice. It was a nice day. Well, that was the evening. We sort of just mooched around London and got lunch for the early part of the day. We went to see some things that we'd do a little vlog about. Good morning, Lazy Butt. So yeah, it was nice. Good morning, Manna. Sounds wholesome and delicious. Yeah, they did have biscuits there, but I don't think they were vegan, so I didn't get them. And that was very good, because they also had an open bar, and I only got one pop. And I could have got loads of drinks, but I didn't, because I needed to get home from London. You've not slept yet, Mazira. What the hemp? How comes you not slept? I hope everything is okay. Wait, is that the last of the pellets? Wait, no, there's two more. There you go, Fifi. 1, 2. There you go, Gerry. 1, 2. Very good. Oh, wait, there's a big one there as well, Fifi. Oh my gosh. Inhaled. Nocturnals. Oh no. But yeah, I'm just worried about getting ill now because London. You always feel like you're going to get ill when you go to... Oh, look, there's more here. There you go, Fifi. No need to push Gerry over. You got one as well. Oh my gosh, this bunny can fit so many pellets in. How was leaving London? That was nice. We actually left a little bit early, because we'd sort of done everything that we had gone to do. So, because I was getting back, because if I had have stayed till the end of the event, I wouldn't have got back until like midnight. So I thought, well, if I can leave now and get back at, 10:30, that's a bit more reasonable. So So yeah, it wasn't too bad leaving. And we got to try this place called Temple of Satan that I'd wanted to try for a while. I trained, well, because Kirsty was coming down from Hearts. I came up from Bristol. So yeah, good morning, owls. Tube done up the snoot is what it is, yeah. That's where they put all the eels. Baby boy. Temple of Satan. It's this place in Camden. It's really nice. It's basically like a bit of a fancy ooey. But it's one of those places that I've like heard of for years, but obviously it being in London. In that London, I've not really had much use to go to Camden for since I was a teenager, where I used to go there like every other weekend, but sadly it did not exist then. But yeah, got to try it and it was really nice. And whilst we were there, they were like, "Ooh, doot 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 doot, good for Raven. Thank you very much for the sub. Thank you." Whilst we were there, they were like, "We're adding this new thing onto the menu. Do you drink coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they gave us these little shots of, well, not shots, but they're in little shot cup, like sample cups of it's a orange chocolate latte, and it was really nice. It was really like warming and wintry. So yeah, I got to try that as well, which probably gave me a little boost to get through the day as well, which was nice. As I'd been up early to get work done before I got the train. And I was hoping to go to you got a little snoot up your snoot. I was hoping to go to, there's this really nice bakery near the train station, but I got there like it would have been really tight, and I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't risk it. So getting that extra little sweet treat, I was like, ooh, I get to have a sweet treat after all. Alex had a really good orange mocha for autumn, but it's gone now. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I don't really like I love Christmas, but I don't really like Christmas flavors. Like I don't like or like autumnal flavors either, because I'm not really like a winter spices person. I don't like cinnamon and those sorts of things. So it was nice having something that felt wintry but wasn't those sort of typical, pumpkin spice flavor house. Good morning, Alex. Hello, my love. It is so cold in Bristol today. It was so cold yesterday as well. It's just all of a sudden the weather has just gone, hello, it is winter. Welcome. What about mulled spices? They're okay. At my friend's wedding recently, I had like a mulled apple juice, and that was nice, but never really a go-to. But I don't really like wine, so I've only had mulled wine once. What was the event called? I was at some event. I was working it with, that was it. It was Bollocks to Poverty. I did a charity event with a charity called Bollocks to Poverty, and they were at this festival and they had mulled wine there, so I gave it a little go. And I met some guy there who I can't remember his name, but it was just really weird. I'd been like watching this TV show. This is when I was back in uni. And I'd been watching this TV show, this like quiz. And I happened to go to this festival, and it just happened that the like host of this quiz, this comedian guy, was there, and I was just like, what are the chances? I just happened to have only this week found out who this person is. And now they just happened to be at this event. but I can't remember his name. But yeah, very odd. Oh, Gerry. Well said, my boy, well said. Good sniffer. Do you need to do a big snoot and get that out? I can hear it rattling away. Up your poor little snootums. Good morning, Megalomaniac. I like any warm and a little spicy drinks. Yeah, I sort of like... I think my tolerance to them, like, has... Wait, which way does tolerance go? Weakened or grown? I can tolerate them more now than I used to. But yeah, winter spices are not my never my go-to. But the chocolate orange latte was very lovely, so I'd happily have that. More tolerable. She's tolerable, I suppose, but not quite so handsome enough to tempt me, said Mr. Darcy, Pride and Prejudicely. I saw this thing the other day. I saw this, Terry's chocolate oranges. It's a Terry's chocolate orange, but they've started doing them in just plain milk chocolate. And I'm like, what's the point? It's shaped like an orange because it's meant to be a chocolate orange. If you want just orange, just chocolate. Just buy chocolate. Like, why would you specifically go for the chocolate orange company to dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. Is it a specific spice that's mixed into winter spices products or just all of them? Well, it tends to be, I don't like cinnamon, and cinnamon tends to be in a lot of winter spice things, because I guess that's one of the most warming spices. But I'm not really a fan of cloves either. So yeah, that is the big one. It do be, because it's a fun shape. Good morning, exec. Then again, they also do mint, which always annoys me, because whenever I see it, because it's in green packaging, I always think, they've released a vegan one. And then I'm like, no, it's just mint. Because there is I've been really tempted before to make my own chocolate orange, because I found this thing that was like a mold for the segments. And then I guess if you just put like a little blob of chocolate at the bottom and stood them all up, you could make your own out of all the segments. Isn't there a dark chocolate one? Yeah, I think that's the red packaging is the dark chocolate one. Good morning, Thomas. But yeah, you can get, there's a company, which one is it? I think it's Buttermilk, which, funnily enough, do vegan chocolates. But I think they do like individually wrapped chocolate segments, but there's not anyone yet that's gone for the whole orange shape. I don't know if there's a patent on that. Don't know if Terry's have patented the shape of an orange somehow, or if they just can't be bothered to put it together. Come on, Emily. But it is, yeah, those are nice. Although, to be honest, I quite like just making orange chocolate even myself. It's nice to just, all you do is, dark chocolate usually, like, when it's companies like that, I always still have milk in, annoyingly. It's like plain chocolate digestives, they still put milk into them. So I often just get a packet of digestives and melt the chocolate onto it myself. My own flavoured chocolate truffles are really good. That needed heavy cream. Well, I've made vegan truffles before, and it's easily done. But yeah, it's like when I was making when you make vegan Jaffa cakes, all you do is melt the chocolate down and mix in some... What is this little eye open? and just put in some orange rind, and that makes a really nice orange chocolate. I tried the Mummy Meek Smarties over there. They're very good. Did you go for the plain ones or the peanut ones? I love Mummy Meek stuff. It's so good. I really love their like peanut M&Ms that they do. They're so good. Morning, Justin. The plain ones, nice. There's a place in Bristol that I go for. Morning, Lovato. That I'll go for lunch sometimes, and they tend to stock the packets of the peanut ones, and it's so tempting. They'll always be like, anything else? Because they know that if they ask me that, I'll usually look around and be like, well, go on then. They know how weak I am. Oh, Gerry, you do need to have a big sneeze. You do. That's why they're at the counter. They're not even at the counter. They're at the fridge that you have to walk past to get to the counter. But I'll always stop and look around the whole shop when they ask me. They do have plenty of like cakes and stuff at the counter. But it's always the fridge that gets me for some reason. Although I will be going there soon because I'm having a little friend Christmas dinner, but in November. And I will be getting cheese for the cheese board from that shop. So that is an excuse to look in the fridge and end up buying some of them. Give on in, Pebble. How's my gamer wrist? It's doing a bit better. It started twinging again last night and I was a bit like, oh no, please don't. But I guess I had a very active day yesterday. And then I did mini painting, which is probably holding every muscle in your body in the exact wrong way that it's meant to be. Just sitting like a prawn and hunching over. But yeah, it's getting better, thank you. I've not had the numbness, which is always the worrying sign of it, but it's just the odd twang. Smush. Speaking of which, I need to kick myself up the bum and get Christmas presents ordered. I was talking to my sister the other day. Who did you get to paint? Oh, it was just like, I think they were just Cerberus operatives. They were just like soldier guys. It wasn't I mean, we got minis to take home, and they were like goodie bags that had 2 minis in each, and I picked up one, and I got, who did it have in it? I think I had like a Liara or something, so I casually put the bag back down and picked up one until it had Garrus in it. I was like, I'm not taking that one home. But yeah, the ones that they had set up at the painting station were different little soldier fellas. So if I have a present for my nephew and presents for the dogs and nothing else, a solid start. Well, that is a good start. I saw this lady on the tube yesterday who, she had a bag full of presents, and I kept wanting to be like, you are so organised. But then I was like, oh yeah, I forget that, people in London don't talk to each other. If it had been Bristol, I would have started up a conversation, but I was like, no, not London. Oh, Gerry. What are these little ears doing? They're flopping every which way. What's happening? I can hear that you need to sneeze. Go on, baby boy. Do that, Sniffer. I don't have anything. I know you're both excited for treats, but my hand is empty. Everything but pats. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was talking to my sister yesterday. Not yesterday, at the weekend. About what I should get for my niece and nephew. And she was like, oh, I think your niece, no naming no names. I think your niece likes it when you get her video games. Like she expects video games from you now. And I was just like, why have we gone to this tradition where I have to I have to spend money on Nintendo games every holiday? I'm like, damn it, why didn't I start buying her I don't know, penny sweets? Why wasn't that the tradition? So I guess I'll have to decide on another Nintendo game. Fifi. I expect video games too. It's just the fact that it's the one company that famously never discount anything. Well, I was wondering if she'd like the new Zelda, because she's not, I don't think she's played a Zelda game before. So I don't know. I was too thinking about getting her an Udi. Or I was thinking about getting her some of the bath bombs from Lush, the Minecraft ones. Because I thought they were cute. But no, it will be a Nintendo game of some description. The last one I got her was whatever the new Pokemon one was. I don't remember the colours of it. Scarlet? Question mark? I don't know. I don't know. It was one of those. Vinted also do video games. I know, but I think I just worry a bit about getting pre-owned stuff for my niece. If it was for me, 100%. I don't know. I worry. What if they've already played it and they've gone through and named the characters, named loads of Pokemon bad things or something? I don't know. I worry. Come on in, Limewood. But yeah, I'll think of something. I think my first thought was getting her the new Zelda. I'm sorry, baby boy. I know you don't like that. I know you're very patient. Yes, you are. You're very, very big boy. He's like, Mom, stop. Go on, snoot it out. Do big snuffer. Hi. And then I just have to get my nephew something to do with penguins because he loves penguins. So then I was like, maybe I could get him a Jellycat penguin. But oh my gosh, Jellycats are so like expensive for what you get. So then I was like, am I going to get into this habit of you get a Nintendo game and you get a Jellycat? Get him a penguin. Probably be cheaper than getting a Jellycat one. Have you got it out, baby boy? Good morning, Dave. Adopt a penguin at a zoo he can visit. I wonder if I can start persuading him that he actually really loves sheep. And I can sponsor a sheep at Dean Farm Trust for him. Sheep are basically, penguins of the land. I swear people say that all the time. Morning, Chug. Good morning, Zayan. Jellycat, they are a brand and they make really, really adorable plushies. They're so cute. They are literally like, they look like what you would expect plushies to look like in cartoons. They are beautiful. But they are like so spenny. Is wool vegan? No, but you do get, like, if you were, going around the countryside and you found, when sheep have got themselves, they've snagged on a branch or a fence or something, if you collected that up, that would be fine. But usually it's not seen as vegan, no, because you can't really guarantee the conditions that they are kept in and such. I found that there's a grumpy turtle. Oh my gosh. There is, yes. There is. I think there's a very grumpy frog as well. But I love they do this bunny that has a jangly tummy. And I got one of those before my niece was born. I got one of those for her. And I used to jangle it next to the bump to make her kick. I thought you were going to say if you were wandering around a pen of sheep and had some scissors handy. No! No, just sometimes you do see like little tufts that they've, like, if they've scratched themselves on a fence or something and a little bit is snagged off. You can get those bits. I guess if like some people, if they have Angora bunnies, because you have to brush them every day, they will sort of like collect up that floof and use it for needle felting or something. But obviously not on like a industrial scale, because you don't make they don't make that much, and needle felting really squishes down. But yeah, ancient sheep used to shed their wool. Yeah, this is the problem. Like, domesticated animals have now... It's like when people say to me, like, but wouldn't the bunnies know to do this? And I'm like, no, because we bred them to be squishy little domesticated bunnies now. They don't have those wild wilds that they used to have anymore. I'm like, Fifi would eat a wall if I let her. Like, they need to be protect. Hey, Fifi. Tea. Dean Farm Trust, they shear their sheep. They usually try and use it. So Dean Farm Trust will always try and give everything that they take back to the animals, usually. Like, they obviously get a lot of eggs from their chickens, but they tend to give them back to the chickens because they can get a lot of nutrients that they lose from laying back from eating their eggs and stuff, or they give them to like the pigs and stuff like that. So they try to and I guess they use the wool and such for what she found, for like insulation in other parts of the farm and stuff like that. So they don't ever profit off of anything that they take from the animals at all, which is nice. Maybe wool is what she's missing from her diet. Maybe. But yeah, my mum was trying to convince me to get an Angora rabbit so I could collect the hair, make it into wool until I expect it would take 4 years to make a single glove. Yeah, it does take. It does take a wee while. Well, I've got a big bag of floof from the bunnies. I could probably now needle felt into something very small. But yeah. Thomas, thank you very much for the 50 months. And a tattoo. A hundo, half a century of buns. A couple of our chickens are molting and they look so strange and patchy. I was thinking about chickens the other day, as I often do, and I would love if we had one day, if we had a big enough garden that I could look after chickens and just rescue a few and watch them, because it's always really sad when you get the Dean Farm Trust will often take in chickens that are just going to be killed otherwise, and they'll always come in and they'll be so scraggly, and they've been like kept in horrible conditions and haven't touched grass, and they've just been like pecking each other out, frustration and stuff. And then they get to run around in their lovely big space that they have at Dean Farm Trust, and it's always really lovely to see them, start to spread their wings and grow their feathers back and all of this stuff. And I got to name one of them with the last lot that they got in. So there is a chicken there somewhere that has a name from me. Fifi's just run around behind me and I'm scared. Fifi, no. Fifi, those are my feet. Fifi. But yeah, Woodges. I can send you a bag of Labrador flu every day. Sorry, Fifi. Hello, I can see you now. Now I can see what you're up to over there. I don't know if dog floof would be too wiry to do anything needle felty. Are you allowed to keep chickens? I don't know. I'd assume it would be down to whether they were noisy, but our garden isn't big enough to keep chimkins in, sadly. We'd have to move to a place that had a bigger garden because ours is just very small. What name did you pick? I named the chicken Serafina Peccola. So that is one of the Dean Farm Trust chickens now. When we went to one of their open days, they had like a name suggestion and then they got picked out of the hat and I heard my one and was like, whoa. They need quite a bit of space to run about. They do. But one day, when we finally leave this place and move out into the countryside, hopefully I can rescue many animals. But yeah, I need to de-shed Bobby because his fur is dull on his back, so I'll let you know if we can make gloves out of a cocker spaniel. Yeah, I just assumed that dog floof would be a bit wiry, but maybe you can still like needle felt it or something. I don't know. I can't say I've ever tried. Speaking of farming Fields of Mystery, do you know what? I was gonna play that again the other day, but I was like, if I start playing, if I'm playing like Mass Effect and that, I'll probably forget. So I was like, maybe I should just power through Mass Effect, and then when I finish that, I'll take up Fields of Mystery again. Because I think there's been an update since I last played, actually, which is a side in. I think they added a few more heart events and stuff like that. So if I put it off long enough, the full game will be released. But I thought, like, if I start it again, if I like pick it up again now, then I might forget it, and then or like have to learn how to play it again, and then I might not have time to play it over Jingle Jam, and then I have to learn to play it again. So it's like, maybe I'll just wait until I can definitely give it to my time. Because yeah, I don't really know how much. Oh, Fifi, we've been abandoned by the boy. I don't know how much time I'm going to have over the jingly jams. I guess I'll have to wait to see. Because it might be that I can still just do, pretty normal week of streaming. Obviously, I like to see a few people when they are down and stuff. So I might spend a little bit of social time. But other than that, I would like to keep up streams. And I do need to do a fundraising stream at some point. Now I've been abandoned by them both. What am I to do? I will wait until Gerry has had his toilet time, and then I will lure them back with snack. I need to reverse out of here. Doot, 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 doot. You can have Coco for a bit. I really want a cup of tea. I didn't get a cup of tea all day yesterday. Now I'm jonesing for one. Will you start your own ginger campaign? Yeah, I'm hoping to, but I've been trying to decide what to do for it because I feel like I've done quite a few, maybe not quite a few, but more than usual charity things at the end of this year. Because, well, I guess it was only 2, but they've been happening in quite recent months. So I'm a bit like, what else could I do? So if anyone has any ideas, as to what I could do for it, I'm open to suggestions. Because I obviously did the secret Santa. That's not what I was going to say. I obviously did the fighting fantasy. I knew it was one sort of alliteration with Kirsty, and then I did the one for Gerry's birthday. I did one for my birthday. If Alex was working on my birthday again next year, my birthday is going to be on Pancake Day, so I could actually do another fundraiser for it, but I think he's determined to get the day off because of missing it last year. Oh yeah, I'm going to send out the Secret Santas today. I'm so sorry that they've taken such a delay. I really wanted to do them yesterday, but the problem I have is that I make the little prompt cards in Photoshop, but because this is a really convoluted story that isn't very interesting, I apologize, but I have 2 different PCs, and I have my work one that I remote into and my one that I use, and I only have one account for Adobe. And if I am in the morning, I will work on my remote access one, and then I'll leave it to render, and then that means that I can't use any Adobe products on my computer. So I keep on having to wait for a time where I'm not working in quotation marks on the other computer so that I can work on my computer. And so far it's not had a time where it actually works out. So yeah, it used to be worse because I used to share an Adobe account with Rithian as well. So not only would I have to wait until I could use it on mine, I would have to wait for Rithian to finish editing as well. But now he uses DaVinci, so I don't have to worry as much. But yeah. What about a saffron bun baking stream? Saffron? Isn't that the one that costs isn't that the more expensive than gold one? Isn't that the most expensive spice, or is it not made with saffron? Saffron is a Brazilian pounds. Yeah. I could do some sort of baking stream. That is true. That could be very cute. Lay, thank you very much for the 55 months. 55 years. Oh, the wowie. You just need 1 gram, though. 100 pounds. But yeah. When I was young, I had an obsession with posh pies, which cost my mum a fortune in saffron. Here he is. There he goes. Hee doobie. Yeah, I guess I could do some. I could just bake cookies and then people could help design them or something. But yeah, I will be doing a Jingle Jam campaign. Most likely for Calm. I think I'm gonna be working with this year. So if there's anything calming to do, that would be nice. Anything very calm. Gerry. It's odd because I obviously usually do things for animal charities, So I always feel a little bit, have the charities been revealed yet? Yes, you can go to the website here is where I would list them, but I can never get through all of them without forgetting one, and then I feel bad. But there is, they're announced a little while ago now. Colouring book streams are coming. That's true. I could do a colouring stream of the Jingle Jam colouring book, either a new one this year or the old one from last year. I could do some colouring of that. Good morning, Sparky. Gerry, I was going to give you your treat, but you have flumped. You have flumped. You can all colour along. You can do. You can all show our workings at the end. That's a cute idea. I could also just do a baking stream anyway, just for the hell of it. I feel like Jingle Jam and December in general are just a good excuse to just do weird things. Just to like, jump out of the schedule a little bit and just do something a bit crazy. But yes, like model painting on games night. Oh, is that what they do? Cute. Putting shoe on head stream. Yeah. Sorry, I was checking Gerry's bum. You were on it. Wait. Was I? was that last Jingle Jam? Or was that oh no, I did I made some Lego houses on games night. Well, they weren't Lego. It was like what you call it? Knockoff. It was Lego at home. We did do mini painting for a craft stream sometime. That was nice with Simon and Mark. I'd love to do that again. Oh yeah, when the fire alarm went off. I forgot about that. Yes, we sat down and then it went off and then that was it. Just had to leave. Jingle Jam charities are War Child, Calm, Autistica, Cool Earth, Sarcoma UK, the Trevor Project, the Grand Appeal, the Whale and Dolphin Conservation. There you go. Nice. Beautiful. So there you go. All very lovely things to support. But yeah. So yeah, I think I'll be going for Calm because I've been working with them a little bit. We made a they wanted to make like a creator toolkit for like to help creators when and mods as well, actually, just for when you have like difficult things to deal with in your community or in chat or whatever. They wanted to have like a nice little toolkit that I've not actually implemented yet, but I shall do, for like linking to resources and being able to answer, difficult conversations and stuff like that. So we worked with them so that they could, because they wanted to not just do what they thought would be good, but they wanted to actually like talk to creators to be able to see what the actual problems were and what they were trying to address. And then they spoke to us again when they had made it so that we could give feedback on it and stuff. And yeah, it was really lovely of them. Because yeah, it can be quite like difficult in a way, like if you're doing a stream where you're just having like silly goofy fun, and then someone comes in and they say something quite heavy and you don't want to be dismissive, but you obviously want to be able to, like, it can catch you off guard. So I think it's good to just have this thing that you can sort of know that you're directing them to somewhere good. because we're obviously, being a streamer does not in any way make you a healthcare professional. Like, you should not be trusted with other people's mental health at all. So it is good to be able to have a resource to direct to, and stuff. And in turn, it's good for your own mental health because you don't have to worry about just saying silly things. I often get worried if someone, if someone says something, I'll worry about them, and I tend to get overly worried on behalf of a lot of people. So it's nice to, it's nice to be able to help by directing to proper people and not taking it all on board myself. So yeah, it is good. Smushy the boy. Gerry would be a terrible therapy. What do they call them? The emotional support animals. Because if you stop stroking him, he'll just bite you. And then he'll walk off when he gets bored. Does yours guys have mental health first aiders? Yes, they do, as well as first aiders. So yeah, there's people who have been trained with stuff. But yeah, I think with Calm, your emotional support human, yeah. Oh yeah, and he hates crying as well. But is Gerry the first aider? He is. He just bites you until you forget what the problem was in the first place, and then you're like, okay, pull yourself together. Bless him. I think I'll always remember that day when we lost Little Dime, and I was just crying so much, and Gerry just immediately stormed off and thumped until I left the room. I was just like, okay, I guess I'll leave. I guess I'll take my emotions away then, Gerry. He was just like, shut up. I was like, okay. But yeah, this boy. I might have to do his heaty pad. It's getting so cold in here already. Victoria and Gerry, stiff upper lip. That's what's needed. Smush. Oh, the other stream I'd like to do is, I mentioned it before, but I'd like to do some reading streams as well. Reading out loud, before you think I'm going to do a Mark Humes. Reading the story out loud. Because I figured that could be quite cozy. Because I watched Sapphire do one of those a few years ago, and I thought it was a lovely idea. What is going on with your trousers, Gerry? What is all this? Why do you suddenly have the longest little butt stash? Poor Ice Poo rejected for months. Yeah, they do. They get the winter season off. Oh yeah, there you go. You need to get it out. Go on. You can do it. You can do it, baby boy. You keep snuffing until that snuff is out of there. Have you done it? No. Go on. Not shifted yet. What's the weather like in Bristol? It's blue skies, but freezing. But I'll take it because honestly, it's been so grey and miserable here for weeks that being able to see blue sky is a welcome change. And I prefer, my favourite weather is sunny but cold. I like it when, look, what is this? What is this weird light coming from the outside? Light from outside? I don't think that's been heard of before. What could this be? But yeah, it's be careful with story streams. Yeah, the way to do it is you have to read things that are public domain. So things like Pride and Prejudice is public domain, Sleepy Hollow, Dickens, those sorts of things. You have to old things. Well, sort of old things that haven't been passed on to, because obviously like Tolkien is old, but Gerry, no, you dug too greedily and too deep. But still, Sherlock might be public domain. Might be. I'd imagine it would be now. Christmas Carol, yeah, that's public domain. So I guess usually things that you see getting adaptations made. So yeah. Is Homer's public domain? I would imagine so, yes. I would imagine. It's pretty old. Pretty old. Also written by someone who didn't exist, possibly. So I would say that's fair game. Agatha Christie might be public domain. Might already be. So yeah, that's the way. Obviously, if you're going to sit and, read the latest book by Richard Osman or something, if you were found out, you can imagine that the publishers would get annoyed. But yeah, so you just have to be careful with checking that stuff first and foremost. It's like people were asking if Kirsty and I could do a reading of the Minotaur milking book, and I was like, well, no, I imagine the author is very much alive, and that's quite a new book, so I don't think we would be able to, unfortunately. Otherwise, the what book? It's called... Is it called Morning Glory on the Milking Farm or something? Very unvegan. Well, actually, no, it sounds like they consent. But yeah, we mentioned it on a episode of Comfort Zone, and people were asking, will you do a reading of it for the Patreon? I was like, no, is Gerry public domain? No. No, he is mine. No, he's his own little man. Boop, 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 boop. I'll tell you what else is not public domain is his treats. They are Gerry's domain and Fifi's, now that she's heard the call of the treat. Okay. Enjoy bunches. That was such a big drum roll, Gerry. You got two little guinea pigs? Cute. There's a little... There we go. I think there's more over here, Fifi. Somewhere over here. There you go. A little bit of broccoli. Fifi's very good at tidying up. Bless her. Was that nice, bunnies? Is that good? She's a hoover, she is. She does a very good job of it. There we go. All full up. Oh, I can hear your little tummy going, Fifi. Do you know, halfway through that, near the beginning, I was thinking, like, have I given them too much today? And then I sort of tuned out for a bit, and I looked down, and I was like, oh, it's gone. So I guess not. I was worried Gerry was going to get bored halfway through. Well, I guess it's time for me to go and have my breakfast now. And then hopefully get the Secret Santas done. And sent out to everyone. Fingers crossed. Now I can kick myself off of Adobe and steal it back. Rob, oh, there you are. Rob, are you okay to send us away, or are you a work boy? Work boy. I also need to kick myself up the bum to finish ordering Christmas presents. So I will have to do that. I can send us away. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. But first, I shall have toast. If Alex has left any bread. Now I think about it, he might have finished it yesterday. But, well, you're getting squished. You might fall over again. There we go. Look at those toffee twitches. Oh my goodness. You're enjoying that, baby boy. Christmas presents in mid-November. Yeah, I'm having some friends over at the end of November. Well, not even at the end. In like 2 weekends' time. So yeah, I need to have those ready. We decided to do stuff early to avoid Jingle Jam, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I've not got any time. Well, everyone, look after yourselves and be good. And I will see you at 2 for Mass Effect. Until then, take care of yourselves. And yeah, bye-bye for now. Oh, Fifi's already done. Bye-bye. I'll give you a Gerry to peek at until you leave. Can I sneak round? There he is. Oh, a beautiful boy. Look at him. Amazing. Magnificent. Crested with sunlight. Don't get to see that very often. Tea. There he is. An angle. He is an angle. We gone. Thank you. Oh. Bye bye. Boop.